as two massive games in world football took place yesterday. I am going to be doing a review for both of the games. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. So the two games I'm going to go through then are firstly the big one that happened last night, Manchester City 0, Chelsea 1, and then I will go on to the playoff final where we see Brentford go up to the Premier League for the first time in their history. But we'll get onto that one later on. But we will start with the Champions League final now. I watched this through, and what a game. It was end-to-end stuff. It was such an enjoyable game of football. But Man City, they just couldn't click. I don't know whether it was playing Gundogan in a defensive midfield position instead of playing him a bit more forward. I don't know. The tactics didn't work from Pep. He still hasn't got his hands on the Champions League trophy. It just seems like he just can't get he just can't get it right in a Champions League final. I don't know what it is, whether it's nerves or he tried something different. Well, not something different. He's tried it before. Gundogan's their highest scorer with 17 goals this season, and he put him back into the kind of more of a defensive role instead of an attacking role where he's used to this season. So they played with no real out-and-out striker and no real out-and-out defensive midfielder. So it was very attacking from Pep Guardiola. And in the end, it didn't work. And the first goal in this game was absolutely crucial. And it went to Kai Havertz on the 42nd minute. I thought it was coming. It was a good goal, a good team goal, I thought. And yeah, I thought that it's going to be hard for Man City to come back now. That was just on the stroke of half-time on the 42nd minute. So perfect time to score. And Man City, they just didn't click. They didn't have, usually they can just pass the ball around with ease against teams, just get possession and just do it easily. They didn't do that. And Chelsea, fair play to them, defended so well. I think the crowd had a massive, massive impact on them because they were helping them along, that's for sure. You could see them when they panned around, the fans, they were loving it and they were really cheering the lads on. And they defended really, really well for that second half and in the first half as well, because both teams had chances in the first half. And let's not go without saying Timo Werner, if they had a decent striker there who could actually score, they could have scored 2 in the first half and that one. So they could have been 3-0 up at half time if Timo Werner would have had his shooting boots on. I don't know whether he I don't know whether he ever has his shooting boots on, but a fantastic half. Chelsea going into half time must be thinking, we've got to defend 45 minutes now for our hearts, and they really, really did. They didn't let. They just couldn't get through. Man City couldn't get through their defence. They usually got their little tricky runs. They just couldn't do it. They brought Aguero on. They brought Fernandinho on to have a bit of defensive midfield. Kevin De Bruyne had to go off with a head injury. I do hope he's okay. Gabriel Jesus came on. Then they had 2 strikers on the pitch. But you've got a Manchester City team rattled when they're. I've never seen City lump the ball so much to flip in Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus and whoever was there. They're not going to win headers. Phil Foden, I don't think they're really going to win headers, and they really had him rattled because you could see, that. Come on, Man City long balls, that's not the way they play. They've got too much quality. I said, because we wanted City to win, play it along the floor. And then they nearly scored, playing it along the floor just 30 seconds later. I don't know. Very, very, very disappointing in terms of Manchester City. Well done to Chelsea, though. As much as I wanted City to win it, Chelsea, congratulations, because you deserved it. And, Man City were not. It was not their day today, that's for sure. So that did finish Manchester City 0, Chelsea 1. We'll move on to the other game then, the Championship playoff final. Brentford 2, Swansea 0. The Bees got past the Swans at Wembley to get their first promotion up to the Premier League, which, it's a bit of a shame because we're not going to be in with a massive punt of getting Tony or Rico Henry now, or the Josh De Silva geezer. We're not going to be in with a chance of getting these players as much now because, they're going to want to keep hold of them if they've got any chance of staying up in the Premier League. And, they had a fantastic start, Brentford. Ivan Toney scored a penalty in the 10th minute. Good penalty, slotted away, and they had the upper hand then, and then they doubled their lead just 10 minutes later off who's that? Aminialo Marcondes, who scored their second goal, which put them 2 up. And I think Brentford fans were pretty happy with this now. Come on, let's have a very professional 70 minutes now, and we can get through. And I didn't watch this game, so I'm not going to go into this such in depth. But I watched the last bit of it. But I am happy for Brentford, because I think it's a club that people like. They brought up some really good players. Obviously, we've got Saeed Benrahma. Hopefully, he can have some more starts next season. But yeah, it's going to be really good to see how they can cope with the Premier League next season. Whether it's going to be too much for them or whether they will thrive in it, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. In terms of Swansea, Adam Footballer Brownie, I expect you're happy because Swansea are staying in the Championship. And to add insult to injury, Jay Fulton for them was sent off in the 65th minute. They were trying to desperately get something, so they had a man sent off. But I'm happy for Brentford. It had to happen one of these years. They were getting through to all of these playoff finals and playoffs, and but yeah, they've got through now, and I'm happy for them in a way. But that's going to do it to round off Brentford 2, Swansea 0. Brentford are promoted to the Premier League, and Chelsea are the champions of Europe because they got past a very lackluster and a very poor Manchester City side. But they had to get the job done, and that's what they did. Thank you very much for watching this edition of the Match Reviews, where I reviewed 2 massive games that happened yesterday. So from me, come on your minds, and I'll see you very, very soon.